Low-carbohydrate diets are widely promoted for their ability to enhance metabolic health, reduce insulin resistance, and activate autophagy, an essential cellular recycling mechanism that plays a key role in aging and longevity. By lowering insulin and glucose levels, these diets create a cellular environment that mimics fasting, triggering pathways such as AMPK activation and mTOR inhibition, which in turn stimulate autophagic activity. However, while low-carb diets may enhance autophagy and support healthy aging, they also come with a frequently overlooked challenge: the increased risk of micronutrient deficiency, especially when carbohydrates are eliminated indiscriminately or without careful dietary planning. Carbohydrate-containing foods, especially whole grains, fruits, legumes, and some starchy vegetables, are major sources of essential vitamins and minerals. When these are significantly reduced or removed from the diet, individuals risk becoming deficient in key micronutrients such as magnesium, potassium, folate, vitamin C, and several B vitamins. These nutrients are not only vital for general health, but are directly involved in the regulation of mitochondrial function, oxidative stress, immune resilience, and, crucially, autophagic efficiency. Ironically, while the goal of a low-carb diet may be to enhance longevity through improved autophagy, the unintended consequence of nutrient insufficiency could sabotage those very benefits. Preventing these deficiencies begins with understanding which vitamins are most at risk and how they influence autophagy. For instance, vitamin C, largely found in fruits and certain vegetables, is essential for maintaining redox balance during autophagy. It protects lysosomal membranes, supports mitochondrial integrity, and prevents oxidative stress from overwhelming the cleanup process. A low-carb diet that restricts fruits like oranges, kiwis, or berries may lead to lower vitamin C intake unless vegetables like bell peppers and leafy greens are emphasized or supplementation is added. B vitamins, especially B1 thiamine, B2 riboflavin, B3 niacin, B5 pantothenic acid, and B6 pyridoxine, are essential cofactors in energy metabolism and autophagy regulation. They play roles in mitochondrial activity, NAD, biosynthesis, amino acid metabolism, and stress response modulation. Many of these are found in whole grains and legumes, foods often avoided on very low-carb or ketogenic diets. Without deliberate inclusion of organ meats, eggs, dairy, or supplementation, it's easy for someone to develop subclinical deficiencies, particularly as the body's demand for these vitamins increases under metabolic stress and cellular repair. Magnesium is another frequently underconsumed mineral on low-carb diets, yet it's indispensable for energy production, insulin sensitivity, and autophagy initiation. It's found abundantly in legumes, whole grains, and certain fruits, all of which may be cut during carbohydrate restriction. While nuts and leafy greens do offer some magnesium, the average intake among low-carb dieters is often well below optimal levels unless supplementation is introduced. A deficiency in magnesium not only impairs metabolic flexibility, but may blunt the very autophagic response that the diet seeks to enhance. Potassium and folate follow a similar pattern. Potassium is crucial for maintaining cellular hydration, nerve signaling, and metabolic function. Folate supports DNA methylation and cellular turnover, core elements of anti-aging pathways. These are most easily obtained from a variety of fruits, beans, and fortified grains. When these are removed, nutrient gaps appear quickly unless a diverse mix of low-carb vegetables, like spinach, avocado, and Brussels sprouts, is prioritized. Fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K may seem easier to maintain on high-fat diets, but that isn't always the case. While ketogenic diets provide ample fat, the quality and source of the fat matters. Vitamin D synthesis, for example, still depends heavily on sun exposure and may need supplementation, particularly in aging individuals whose skin synthesis declines. Vitamin K2, critical for mitochondrial protection and calcium regulation, is found in fermented foods and certain animal products, items that must be intentionally included rather than assumed. Both D and K2 play anti-inflammatory roles and indirectly support autophagic processes by preserving cellular homeostasis. The solution lies not in abandoning carbohydrate restriction, but in elevating the precision of how such diets are structured. A well-formulated low-carb diet should prioritize nutrient density, not just macronutrient balance. This means emphasizing leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, seaweed, high-quality animal proteins, nuts, seeds, organ meats, and fermented foods. These not only replace nutrients lost from grains and fruits, but can exceed them in bioavailability and metabolic support. Nutritional yeast, for example, is an excellent low-carb source of B vitamins. Bone broth provides magnesium and potassium. Sardines and mackerel bring calcium, vitamin D, and omega-3s, all critical for aging and cellular health. Moreover, supplementation can and often should be used as a safeguard, particularly for nutrients that are difficult to obtain in sufficient quantities on a restricted diet. This includes magnesium, in highly bioavailable forms like glycinate or malate, potassium with medical supervision, B-complex vitamins, and vitamin D3 with K2. These supplements not only fill dietary gaps, but also ensure that the autophagic machinery has the enzymatic and cofactor support it needs to function optimally. In older adults, where absorption efficiency is reduced and the risk of deficiency is already elevated, this nutrient-conscious approach becomes even more important. A low-carb diet that ignores micronutrient status may initially improve metabolic markers, but will fail to deliver sustainable longevity benefits. Conversely, a strategically fortified low-carb diet, rich in vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients, can powerfully enhance autophagy, support mitochondrial renewal, and slow the biological aging process. In conclusion, the future of carbohydrate-restricted, longevity-focused diets must move beyond simple macro counting and toward micronutrient precision. Autophagy is a sophisticated, energy-sensitive process that relies on a steady supply of enzymatic cofactors, antioxidants, and metabolic regulators. These are provided not just by fasting and carb restriction, but by the intelligent inclusion of essential vitamins and minerals. When done correctly, low-carb diets can remain a powerful tool for anti-aging, without the silent trade-off of hidden deficiencies. Nutritional adequacy, not just restriction, is the foundation for activating the body's full regenerative potential.